Welcome again to Business Matters as we continue in our series of looking at market and marketing. We're now at lesson 2, and lesson 2 we are going to be focusing on identifying and explaining marketing activities. Let's move on right into it. Our marketing activities. First marketing activity we're going to be looking at is marketing research. This is very important in the process of business. Marketing research is the investigation into what consumers are buying or are likely to buy in the future. So marketing research then is really trying to find out what the consumers are buying or what they would likely to buy in the future. What are those aims of marketing research? Market research. 1, to find out consumers want. That is done. This is done to prevent waste of resources. So you don't want to be producing something and the consumers are not wanting it, are not buying it, right? So we are finding out the consumer's taste. 2, to assess likely demand to ensure overproducing does not occur. So we want to really match the competition that is out there. 3, to discover what will influence consumers. Example, product price, name, packaging, etc. So we want to discover rather, the third aim of marketing research is to discover what will influence consumers, what will influence their behavior. Let's get on. So let's deal with the first aim, that is to treat with consumer taste, finding out the consumer's taste. What is meant by consumer taste? Now, the market research is done to determine consumers' preference, such as ranking individuals' choice, brand loyalty, or product price. So you go to the consumer, maybe using questionnaires, checklists, telephone interviews, to find out and allow them with a listing, yes, to determine to rank your product against others, or to rank their loyalty, the different brands that are in the market, and to rank how they favor these brands. Secondly, competition. The research will seek to disclose performance of similar competitors' product. So we might go out into the market to determine how our business, our product rather, is performing as against our competitors. And we may want to also look at the pricing. What's the price for a similar product out there by our competitors as against ours, and which will now influence our business in terms of what marketing strategy we'll use based on the results we have received from the research. The third element is the consumer behavior. Very important now. This is the way consumers choose and consume product. We want to know what is going to influence the consumers to buy. So understanding consumer behavior is an important factor that is influential in the process of creating a marketing plan. Now, consumer behavior is influenced by price, product quality, perceived need, emotions, and attitudes. There are a number of things that will determine a consumer's behavior towards a product or a service, right? We're saying that their behavior may be arise out of the price of the product, the kind of product that is being placed on the market, the quality of the product on the market, their own perception of their need. Yes? All right. Now we're moving on to the other number 2. So we have looked at market research, which is one type of marketing activity. The second type of marketing activity is pricing. Now, a crucial factor in the marketing process is pricing. It is important to the seller as it incorporates profit. Pricing is very important because it is based on what price you have placed on the product will determine the amount of profit you will gain. It is important to the buyer. Pricing is important to the buyer as it affects their ability to purchase. Yes, their purchasing power. Now, there are some method of pricing. Since pricing is so important, and you and I know, most times when we go to the shop and to the stores and the supermarkets, we're going to buy based on the price. Significant determining factor of us purchasing any good or service will be the price that is on the product. So let's talk about some pricing methods. The first one is called cost plus pricing. And cost plus pricing is simply the simplest method. Yes, that means most businesses use this method. The simplest method, and many firms tend to use this approach. What is it about? Well, it involves taking the unit cost or the cost of producing per unit and adding your overhead costs and add as well your profit margin that you're expecting, and that will determine your selling price. So we seek to add, yes, the production cost plus the overhead cost plus the profit margin you're expecting. Add these 3 costs, and when you get that 3 costs, then that will determine the selling price. Now you have a second method of pricing called market-oriented pricing. The seller surveys the market to find out what consumers are willing to pay before setting their price. This is very important now, right? In the other method, you are simply looking at the benefit up to the cost to the business first, guaranteeing that all costs are taken care of before you put out your selling price. In this case, the market-oriented pricing is really checking out there now to determine, yes, the elasticity of the consumer in terms of what they are willing to pay for the goods. The firm must ensure its costs are absorbed. So even though we are seeking to determine what level of price the consumer will be willing to pay, we have to also pay attention to, yes, our costs, the extent to which that selling price will absorb our cost of operation. We have what is called the fixed costs. So we have to take into consideration fixed costs. For example, fixed costs we refer to as our rent for the building, that is a fixed cost, the taxes that we have to pay, the insurance, the wages that we have to pay our workers. All of those are referred to as fixed costs. And the variable cost now would be the raw material, because this fluctuates as the production takes place, and packaging. Yes, the packaging cost will vary because based on the quantity of products you're putting out each time. So we'll go to the third means of pricing, promotional pricing. And promotional pricing is a form of sales promotion used by some sellers. And this involves introductory price offers, right? So you enter the market at a certain price, and then you raise it as you go on. Or you have money off packs. That means based on a size of what you're going to buy, you may buy at a lower price. 2 for 1 price, Yes. Okay, that is also a benefit given. Promotional pricing is used to entice the consumers into their shop. Yes, and they use that. There's one other method you would call the loss leader. So you are luring the customers into your shop by using a particular product, yes, that you know that is in demand and that consumers like, and you lower that price way below your competitors, so it will attract others into your business so that they will buy other things. Fourth market pricing would be the fourth type of pricing would be market skimming price. Now this is a pricing policy that involves charging a relatively high price for the product in order to ensure a large profit margin. I wonder why I do that. You're just coming out with the product, but you're going to make it be so expensive, yes, to ensure that you make a large profit margin at the outset. The reason for that is market skimming prices this policy, our pricing mechanism is used on luxury goods like your iPhone, the newest type of cars that is coming in, right? The newest type of shoe, right? The newest type of watch, the newest type of computer, right? So there's going to be an anxiety in the market to want to obtain this product. So most times they use market skimming, right? Market skimming pricing, so that as the goods is presented, it comes out at a very high price. And as time goes by and more people are purchasing it, the price will fall. Then you have the fifth type of pricing called psychological pricing. This is keeping prices just below certain levels so that they appear cheaper to the customer. Now, let me explain what that means. So instead of saying the goods is for $5, they will quote it and say it is for $4.99. The psychology about it is that we tend to see the first digit in our eyes and acknowledge the first digit as being most important. So while $5 seems to be much, if you say $4.99, there's a greater chance that person will want to buy it. They'll say it is cheaper. They're only seeing the 4, right? Again, psychological pricing is really a means of attracting the consumers to come and buy, and for the goods to be seen as being cheaper than it really is. Now, you have differential pricing policy also fall under psychological pricing. In this case, the same product is sold at different prices at different market segments. So, for example, in most Caribbean countries, yes, you go within the tourism area and the price for the very same bottle of drink, yes, are different. So in the tourism area, the bottle of drink may be for $300, but in the local area, the rural area, it is for $100, right? So differential pricing may be to show importance, yes? So for example, at a dinner or at some kind of event, the price of the very same soda is higher than in the regular supermarket. Differential pricing based on the market, different market you're offering it to. All right, so we're moving on now. We have looked at all the different types of pricing, treating with the pricing as a marketing activity. So we're going to the third marketing activity called packaging. And packaging is the outer wrapping or container for the goods. Packaging is an attractive way to present the product. Not only that, it gives details about the content, any potential hazard that exists. You can see it on written on the packages, and of course, it also gives you information about the correct method of using the product. So packaging is very important. What are some benefits of packaging? One, packaging promotes the product. Yes, it enhances the appearance of the product. So make the product look good, put an attractive package on the product, and the product seems attractive and catch the eye and greater desire to buy it. Packaging also protects the product. Yes, there are some products that are fragile, easy to be broken, to be crushed, and so you put it in a certain package so that it will protect the product from being damaged. Packaging also preserves the life of the product, right? And again, this is a very important feature, because there are some product that if the content is exposed to the open and exposed to the environment, it may spoil easily. So when it is packaged and in a container, yes, that is sealed, then the life of the product would be longer. Packaging, yes, it helps prevent health hazard, because once again, the laws require of the producers to disclose all the information about the product so that the person buying the product will know the dangers. Packaging makes it more convenient for the consumer to handle the product. So you might find, especially in supermarkets, the regular consumer all consumers could not buy a large 100-pound for sugar and rice and meal and those kind of products and take home. It will be too difficult to move around. But by packaging now, the wholesalers and retailers package that product into small portion that is convenient for the consumers to move around. So we go to the next marketing activity, having completed packaging, and we're now going to be looking at branding. Branding, well, it is about giving a product a significant registered name or term or symbol or design, yes, that will be easy to recognize. So brand is really allowing the product now to be unique and to be distinguishable as against other products. The product is given a distinct name of its own, which has more appeal. Yes? So Nike gives a certain appeal and a distinction to the product as against other products, right? So the brand identifies and differentiates a product from similar products. Yes, in the market you will see a product that says Lasco as against Grace, Geddes, right, as against Caribbean Choice. So the product has received brand names. Go to number 6 type of marketing activity, sales promotion. Now, sales promotion is a process used to persuade the potential consumer or customer to buy the goods. It is designed to be a short-term tactic to boost the sales. So sales promotion is really a short-term, intensified activity that is wish to grab or draw attention to the business place or to the product. Yes, so that persons can be drawn to it. So they might have music playing around the shop. They might have a lot of sign about sale and so on. Get one and they give you a bundle and you buy it cheaper than buy it single and so on. So examples of sales promotion would be point of sales, displays, merchandising, discount vouchers, free gifts, loyalty cards. All of these are part and parcel of what they use in sale promotion. Now there's a negative to sales promotion, right? It can cause the consumer to expect long-lasting promotion, which is not possible. In other words, the first time the consumer comes to the business place, it's at a time when there was a sale promotion and the things were cheap perhaps and they were at a discounts and so on. The next time they go, they're perhaps going with the expectation that they're going to get the same kind of bargain and arrangement, right? So, and in fact, a sale promotion is a short-lived, short-term exercise, and so they might leave disappointed because they are not seeing the same kind of arrangement that they saw at their last visit. The 7th type of marketing activities: advertising. Advertisements are messages. Messages paid for by those who send them that aim to inform or influence the people who receive them. So what are we saying here? The advertisements are seeking to send messages to you, and the business is sending out these messages to you with a means of either to inform you or to influence your decision towards the product. Now, advertisements, they use words, pictures, sounds, or a combination of these to attract you. What are the aim? It is aimed to persuade people to buy. So advertisement is aimed to persuade you to buy. Yes? Now it is used to make other firms or potential customers become aware of the product and services. It creates demand. So it hypes up a demand for the product. And so you will have increased sale and higher profit. Functions of advertising. 1, introduces new product or service. 2, it persuades consumers to buy. It highlights the unique features of a product or service. Okay, we're moving on. It creates a firm's image in relation to its product for services. It creates a firm's image. In other words, a certain image is projected as you're advertising the product. A certain image is being projected that people will have about not just the product now, it is associated with the business. It draw attention to special events, sales, and concessions. So it tell you we're going to have a sale X time, or we're going to have a concessionary rate this time. So advertisement help you to know when they are going to have benefits. Increase demand and market share. Advertisement is meant to increase demand for the product and that you can have a bigger market share, right, in the market. 7, it educate consumers about the product. Yes. As we go on, there are 2 types of advertising. Informative advertising, which gives detailed information about the goods and services and leave the consumer to decide. So informative advertisement are really, they are there to give you the information and let you decide. But the second one, persuasive In this case, they're using techniques that will persuade you, yes, to buy regardless of whether you are in need of the product. We have what is called hidden persuaders. So you will see that many times on your television when advertisements are shown. Sexual appeal, first and foremost. This now is where the user of the product become attractive to the opposite sex. So they make the product, they use one sex to display the use of the product in order to draw attention from another sex. Secondly, ambition. They may use those who use the product will be successful. So they may skew the activity in the advertisement about the product to show that there are people who use it and are successful, and therefore if you have ambition, you're going to use it to be successful. The second type of persuader, third type of persuader is personality persuader. Yes, famous people using the product, yes, in the ad. So that, for example, if Usain Bolt use it, then likelihood, then you can use it and become like him. Social acceptance here suggests that using the product make you become acceptable. All right, so people of high status use it, and therefore if you use it too, you'll be accepted in that status. Health. So those who use the product, yes, it will contribute to their health. So we come to the final type of marketing activity, which is distribution. It refers to the movement of goods and services from the producer through various channels to the consumer. Now, businesses involved in trading have to have two important concerns: where to sell the product and how to get them to the consumer. Very important. Two very important things they are concerned about: where to sell the product and how to get them to the consumer. That's where distribution comes in. Now, the channel of distribution refers to the route by which products are moved to the consumer. The route by which the goods and services are moved to the consumer. So we have, here is a channel, move from the producer to the wholesaler, to the retailer, to the consumer. Now, this is the original channel of distribution. However, there is a number of abridged version to it. Why? For the purpose of the product. For example, you may have a channel that moves directly from the producer to the consumer, especially if the kind of goods are perishable goods. So you have a situation that KFC use producer to consumer. So they produce the chicken and give to the consumer right away. There's no wholesaler, retailer between, right? You may have a situation where you have producer, wholesaler, then consumer. You may have another situation that says producer, retailer, consumer. All right? So it's varied based on the circumstances. One, the kind of product that you're trading, or you're moving, or it is the quantity of the goods that are moving, right? Those are reasons to determine the kind of model that will be used. There are many factors that influence the method of distribution. One is the value of the product. Two, the geographical location. Three, the type of product. Four, highly specialized or technical products. Okay, thank you very much for sharing with me as we have gone to the second half of our lesson on marketing and markets. If you like this video, please click the like button as well as share the video with others so that they may benefit. And of course, click the subscribe button if you think the content is good. Thank you very much for showing your love and your kindness. God bless you. Take care.